Good morning, everybody. It's your girl, Miracle Sims. You're listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration, the juice. Happy Mother's Day Eve, everybody. Yes, tomorrow is Mother's Day, so I figured what better time to talk about motherhood. Yes, indeed, motherhood, friends. So, that is the topic of today, and so, the Bible views mothers in a very, very high regard. Needless to say, motherhood is a reflection of God's nature. You know, it is just like fatherhood as well, but yeah, it is a reflection of God and His nature. In Genesis 1:27, it says, God created man in His own image. In the image of God, He created him. Male and female, He created them. So, as you guys, I'm sure you guys know by now, I'm a mother. I refer to my little boy several times. He is 1 year old and some change. I'm sorry, I'm not one of those mothers that keeps up with the months. So, when he turned 1, I'm like, he's 1. So I've been, in this motherhood game for a good year now, you know what I'm saying? And, you know what? It's definitely been one of the most rewarding things I've done in my life thus far. I would say that, here's my story in a nutshell. I'm going to just give y'all a little bit of my testimony here. Basically, long story short, I took the idea of becoming a mother really seriously. So I definitely just kind of try my best to wait on that aspect of my life. And to be honest, how can I say this story? Well, I mean, if you guys look me up, I talked about it before, back in the day, how I felt about becoming a mom. And then, no soon as I had put it out to the public, how I felt about it, a few months later, I pretty much had to put out to the public that, I'm pregnant, which was crazy because it was kind of back to back. But really, I had talked about it like months prior. And then I just didn't put the footage out until like a few months before I became pregnant. So anyway, friends, so I guess if you guys want to hear the whole story in that regard, check me out, Actress Miracle Sims on YouTube. I used to do this thing called Miracle's Mirror. And and there was an episode that I talked about becoming a mom. But anyway, and this was before I became pregnant. But anyway, so, yeah, I don't know if I was afraid of becoming a mom. I don't know if that was the case. I think it was I just knew it was a serious task and a serious job. And I just felt as if, I wanted to be in a certain place before I brought a child into the world. And at the same time, when I look at the state of the world, sometimes you want to bring children into this world, to be completely honest. So that was one thing for me back in the day. And the other thing is, if I was afraid of anything, it probably was the giving birth part. Because you only really hear horror stories. So, I'm not one for physical pain, I would say. So in my mind, I was like, am I going to be able to do it? Like, I don't even know. But by the grace of God, my process, at least with my son, was very, very smooth. I really didn't have many issues throughout my pregnancy. And my giving birth story, which that is on YouTube as well, if you guys want to check it out. But my giving birth process was relatively smooth as well. Thank God for the epidural. And shout out to all the mothers that can do it naturally and all that stuff. That's wonderful for you. But I knew that I was going to have to need, I was like, I'm going to need some type of help. I'm going to need all the help I can get. And by the grace of God, I was able to get all the help I could get. So, So, and then since then, I would say probably the worst part of my experience was like the healing process afterwards. Which wasn't still as bad as it could have been, I guess. And then, of course, the beautiful thing that came from it was my son. And so, and he's growing so much, and just looking at the different things that he learns and do every day is just very interesting and, like I said, rewarding. And so, but I won't spend this whole juice talking about me and my situation. Let's get into some notes. I took a few notes for you guys. So as we see that Bible verse, Genesis 1:27, it pretty much just shows the full image of God is revolved in both the male and female genders. And some of the purposes of this is to, 1, fulfill the creation of man, 2, to provide great men of God, 3, to provide great women of God, and 4, to provide the Messiah. So friends, if you guys want to take a deeper look and study and just let it marinate on this whole idea of motherhood and how it relates to God, check out Motherhood on carm.org. That's CARM.org. Just look up motherhood, and just this whole spread that has different verses and things like that you guys can just let meditate on, and keep it on your heart, mind, and souls, as we say. But one things I want to leave you all with in regards to motherhood, because I just feel like it's, well, like I said, the Bible holds it in high regard, and going through the process of giving birth and everything like that, it was an amazing process. Just to I mean, even now I still think back and be like, wow, you were in my belly and now you're here. And then before that, you were in your father. And then, like, sometimes, I'm sorry, I just put all that little business out there, but sometimes I just look at my husband and I'm like, who else is in you? But anyway, that's a whole deeper thing. Oh my goodness. But it's like it. And then just those moments of like when he was moving, and when we found out his gender, and just all those, I don't know, guys. It's a beautiful process. I can't even go on and on and on about it. But anyway, one thing I want to leave you all with today is that there are all kinds of mothers, all right? There are mothers that have given birth and those that have not. There are those that have lost children, those who have adopted them, those who have loved and nurtured the children of others. I just want us to keep in mind that motherhood is not just a biological function, but it's an attitude of love, sacrifice, and nurturing that it just naturally manifests in the feminine gender. And again, it is an expression of the nature of God. So a very, very, very important task, motherhood, all right? Well, let's get into the Bible verse of today, and that is Psalms 42:11. It says, "Why art thou cast down, O my soul? And why art thou disquieted within me? Hope thou in God, hope thou in God, for I shall get promise." Oh goodness, I'm sorry again, guys. I'm telling you, me and my chicken scratch. I'm about to just write in, not in cursive. Let me see. I shall get. It looks like I wrote praise. Ooh, I have no clue what I wrote. But it says, "For I shall get something him." Sorry. And it says, "Who is the health of my continence and my Lord. My apologies again, guys, for me and my chicken scratch. It looks like I wrote, "For I shall get praise him." But yeah, that's what it looks like I wrote, but that doesn't sound right. But check out Psalms 42 and 11 for the entire verse, y'all. I apologize for that. Anyway, well, friends, that's all I got for you. Thank you so much for listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration, the juice. I hope that you all are inspired. Please, please, please take some time to go tomorrow and celebrate the mothers in your lives. Wish them all a happy, happy Mother's Day. And those of you that are mothers that listen to me right now, I'm listening. I am wishing you a happy Mother's Day in advance as well. And yeah, go forth have that wonderful, wonderful day. And looking forward to talking to you all on Monday, if the Lord's will. Bye bye. Everyone is stuck at home, but life is still happening around us every day. Birthdays, anniversaries, holidays, and celebrations. Send your friends and family the gift of wine from the comforts of home. Wine shop at home with Miracle of Wine. Wine, gift baskets, wine accessories, and more at miracleofwine.com.